Hello everyone, welcome to Orla Yoga. So this is just a little bit about me and my journey with yoga really, just to give you an idea of how it started. So initially mindfulness was actually suggested to me and I went to give it a go. That was about 9 years ago, and I just found that I wasn't really gelling with it. It didn't really sit with me at the time. So instead I looked at some yoga videos online, and one of them that I found was Yoga with Adrian, amongst others. And I just started at the beginning with little 10-minute practices. Then I did some of these nice 30-day challenges, which I found quite motivating because the length of them varied every day, but it was a good way just to bring something connected to yoga, the breath, the body, and movement into my daily life. So at the time I was at uni, and there weren't many classes going on around in person. By the time I was finishing my university degree, I decided to move to Spain, and here I found a beautiful place called Casa Invisible in the center of Malaga, and I started to attend some weekend yoga sessions with a friend of mine, and we really enjoyed it. It was lovely being able to practice with others. The atmosphere was really nice and relaxed, and this place was used as a space for cultural events in general. So from the get-go, it was very much my vibe. So over the next few years, I kind of varied between attending in person and online classes, and this just varied due to my work schedule and moving around a little bit. And then around the same time, while I was living in Spain, I got into running as well. And I would have been running, swimming also, but running a lot on the boardwalk down by the beach. And I noticed after a while that maybe even though cardio and this side of things was very good and the relaxation was great from the yoga, I felt like wasn't a lot of strength, and that I could benefit from building more strength, especially in the core region, but more the deep core like the psoas. So I started to research this a little bit and see if yoga could potentially be used as a cross-train method in a way of, building strength that could support me in not only my daily activities but running also. And then began the next phase, which was a stronger yoga practice, doing quite a bit of power yoga, and quite hot, quite sweaty, and quite I suppose toning and strength building. But I really enjoyed this, and I quickly started to see the benefits with my running, and also in my general well-being. The strength was an aspect that I hadn't really looked into much before, as I'd never hugely been drawn to the strength area either in the gym. I was more inclined to go for cardio style things. I love dancing as well, walking, cycling, swimming, so all of these outdoor things. And then I continued this for the coming years, dipping back into more relaxing forms of yoga again when I came back to Ireland, taking up classes here again in person, and found some great teachers. And I also then started to experiment with yin, which was lovely because it's deep stretching, it's super beneficial, especially for the more athletic amongst us, and it's a great way just to get a deep release as well in the muscles. So initially, again, that wasn't a practice that I was naturally drawn to, but over time I grew to appreciate it and see how it complemented vinyasa very well. And then I reached a stage when I was practicing yoga or some form of yoga or meditation every day, and this was consistent for a long time. And I just got the feeling that I wanted to do a teacher training. And so I said I would do the training firstly to deepen my own self practice and for my own growth. And then if I felt like I did want to teach from this, then I would. But again, it was a way of taking pressure off myself in relation to teaching, that it would just be, let's just see what happens. So I quickly realized when I was in Lila in Spain, where I did my training, that this was definitely something I wanted to pursue. I met wonderful people there. I had a brilliant experience. It really deepened my own practice, but I suppose having taught English as a foreign language for years, so I have that teaching background, um, you know, it just felt like it would be a nice natural transgression into another passion area. So I'm passionate about languages, passionate about different cultures, traveling, dancing, music, and yoga, and it just felt like this was a nice opportunity to combine a few passions. So I started my offerings of yoga classes in Cork at the beginning of January 2020, and since then it has been a lot of, you know, creativity and different elements coming into the teaching. And so I've put some videos on YouTube, on Instagram. I had a yoga in the park going on last year when we had the fine weather during the summer into early autumn. That was beautiful at the loch. And then after this, I was also in a studio space in the city, above a cafe, the Bean and Leaf. And then late last year, found a new studio space on Summerhill South. So that's my story so far. At the moment, I'm back with the online. And if you've any questions, if you'd like to join for a private class, please send me an email or a message. All my details are on the webpage, and I'll also put them below this video. And if you'd like to join in a group class or get any more info, please send me a message. Thanks, guys. Namaste.